Well, hello and welcome to another edition of So You. My name is Kathy. I'm your host today, and I just want to say thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. If you already have, if you haven't, what are you waiting on? And also hit that notification button down below so you can be notified when I post these videos. Hey, if you're interested in what we're going to be working on today, stay tuned. Okay, so we're back and we got it's Freestyle Friday. So you know on Fridays I do some freestyling. I usually do a pattern, but I usually do just freestyle, but I'm doing a pattern this time. So I think you're going to like this. And if you can see these beauties behind me, this is what we're going to be sewing. These are Caftan patterns. Now, the Caftan dresses rather. You know, Caftans are usually just big and blousy, but I tell you, Vogue did it up this time. These Caftan patterns are fitty. They fit you in here and then they bloom out on the sides. And guess what I did? I added some horsehair to kind of give it some structure in there. So that's why it's standing up like that. Look at that one. Look at that fit. That's how it'll fit you with these arms, these wings. Bat wings, I call them, sticking out. And then you got, look at that collar. I love that boat neck collar. And you can put some nice pearls or something on with that. Anyway, what we're going to be working on today is, ta-da, V1473. This is the pattern. I've been sleeping on this pattern. It's not a old pattern, but I wasn't really interested in Caftans. I just think they make you look so much bigger than what you are. But this one, as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, you can see it, how it structures you in there. So you can do multi things with this. You can make this longer to wear at night. You can make it shorter to wear during the day, or you can make it shorter just to wear around the house. And you don't have to add the horsehair, because if you're using this for lounge wear, you don't want that. But for style, honey, you want it like that. So V1473 is what we're going to be working on today. Okay, so what we're going to be needing for this project is, you're going to need, according to the instructions, you're going to need, and for my size, I'm doing a 14. So it says 3 1/8 yard of fabric is what you're going to need for this if your fabric is 45 inches wide. If it's 60 inches wide, you only need 2 1/2 yards of fabric. So it's not a lot of fabric that you need for this pattern. And what I did was I extended my sides because I was adding the horsehair. So I added, let me tell you how much I added on here. I added another 3 inches on there because you're going to have to use some to wrap your horsehair. Your horsehair has to wrap around there. And then you have to have enough for seam allowance. So that's how much I added. So the fabrics I am going to use, I don't know which one yet. I got this peach skin fabric. I just got, you can see I still got the tag on it. I just got this from Walmart, y'all. And spring is in the air, so I'm getting ready to start on my spring collection. So if y'all want to see some cute stuff, stay tuned. This peach skin, this hot pink, fuchsia, whatever color you want to say. But I got this one. I haven't decided yet what we're getting ready to do yet. Then I have this lime green one. Isn't that pretty? That's a lime green. And this is chiffon. So you know that's going to fall really, really nice. That's a chiffon. And of course, you have to put something on under it. I'm not going to make a lining for it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make I'm just going to have a slip underneath, or like an insert in there. So it'll work as a slip. A little knit, you know, those little knit inserts. And then I got this, ooh, look at this kiwi green. This kiwi green is so pretty and springy. Can you just imagine that, walking on the beach with your sandals on and your kiwi green? Let me stop. Anyway, so we're going to make one of those. And then what I also did was I have my buttons. It calls for buttons on the side. The bridle buttons is what it calls for, but I am doing just regular buttons, and they're going to be mock buttons because this dress, the way it's made, it calls for a zipper. I'm not doing a zipper. And on the side, it calls for a zipper. It's really cute though. But the neck is so big, I can get my body in there. And then I did not pencil that down too far where I can't get my body in there. So my body can still fit in there. Okay, so I chose these mock buttons I'm gonna put on the side. I don't know if you can see these black ones here. Let me show you. I added those little black ones there for this. This is so pretty. This fabric, I was really contemplating on whether I wanted it or not. It seemed like it was just too busy for me. But then when I began to cut it and sew it, oh my goodness, I said I can't wait to wear this. And I don't know how I'm going to wear it. That'll probably be the one I model. So you're going to need that. And then I got my fuchsia thread as well. Your thread is important. Sometimes you can get threads that are kind of off with your fabrics, but you want to make sure, because this thread is going to be showing on the outside. So you want to make sure you're matching your thread up correctly, okay? So you want to know what pieces you need? Stay tuned. Okay, we're back. So you wouldn't believe it. Literally for this pattern, and it's other pieces, but the way I am doing it, you only need 4 pieces. This is like an amateur pattern. 4 pieces to get all that beauty, all that gorgeousness. 4 pieces. So for your first piece, you're going to need pattern piece number 1. This is going to be cut on the fold. As you can see it, I had to grade mine. I didn't, the way I started at a 14 here, and then I graded it out in the hip and then went back down in a pencil. So if you want to grade yours, get your correct measurement so it'll fit you nicely. So that's the front. I did 2 of those. Then the back piece, pattern piece number 3, you're going to do 1 of these on the fold as well. I said 2 of these, but I meant 1. 1 on the fold. That's all you're doing is 1 of each of these on the fold. And as you can see, I did the same thing. I don't know if you can kind of see. I graded it over. My hips are, I think my hips is about a 46. So, yeah. Runs in the family. So then you need pattern piece number 4, which is your back neck facing. That's 1 of these. You just cut 1 of these. You don't even cut it 2 of them. You just cut 1. Make sure you're making your markings. Then you're going to need 1 of your front neck facing. Just 1. That's all you need. Okay? So let's get this boy put together. Okay, y'all, we're back. So I got my pattern pieces laid out. Now, remember I told you that I went over 4 inches and I added 4 inches. So as you can see the white marks, I've added 4 inches, and all I did was connected them, added 4 inches all the way down. And so all I got to do now is just cut my pattern out according to what you did. Make sure you go all the way over. Cut straight up. Well, you got a little curve, a dip in there. And go all the way up. And come across at the top. Make sure if you got a pivot, there's a little pivot there. So you want to make sure you're watching that. Cut that all the way across. Okay? Okay? See that? Now, what I'm going to show you, I got markings up here. On this back piece. This is my back piece. But here's my notches. Here's a notch there. I think I only have 1 notch on here. So now, remember I told you I graded mine out. I started at a 14, graded it out to the 22 hip, then graded it back over to the 14. That's what I did. And what I did was my pattern. All you got to do is now I cut that one all. Cut my first one all the way out. But got little markings here and there so I can be able to connect. Okay, I'm just going to connect my markings. Okay, you know a better way to do. You can use tracing paper to do this, but I didn't. Okay. Do do this with tracing paper, but this is just the way I do it. Make sure you stop at that dot there, because those dots got to line up, okay? And you start at the right dot, okay? So let me show you. I'll take that off of there. Look, I got a hip drawn in there. I got curve drawn in there. And all I got to do is connect my dots. When I connect these dots, see that? Started at, this is my starting point. This is my ending point. You are not sewing all the way down to the end. Starting point, curving around, ending point. And this is your back piece, okay? So your back piece is all done, cut out, and put that to the side. Now, we pull our top piece up, okay? Our front piece, rather. This is our front. I should have ironed this fabric out. It's got a few wrinkles in the bottom. Okay, so I'll show you how I did that. How I added my 4 inches. I just take my measuring, put it right there at 4 inches, mark. Take it down a little bit more, put it at 4 inches, mark. Down at 4 inches, mark. 4 inches, mark. Just put it long enough where you know you'll be able to connect. Don't put them, don't gap them too far, and then you won't be able to connect. You have to go all the way back over and connect. See how that's going kind of at an angle? So you want to do that because that's going to have to connect at an angle. Okay? So that's what you do. I freestyle mine. You can get a ruler and do it and connect your points if you want to. I don't have to do that because I done this. So that's slanted down. So you're going down. It's kind of a slant. Okay? Now I'm just connecting all my points. Connecting all my points. Connect all my points. Once all my points are connected, now just cut. I'm telling you, this is a very simple pattern. See, I'm cutting down at an angle, cut down at an angle. Then go all the way up, following your line. Okay, following your line. All the way up, following your line. I'm gonna come across here and start at the top. Come across, all the way across where my 4 inches are added. Okay, now in this one I got a notch here and got a circle here. Circle here. You're going to need that circle, so mark that. That is going to be where your points are going to be for your shoulder facings. So you want to mark that on the front and on the back, okay? So then we got a little notch here in the top. You want to mark that, snip that. I don't think we have any markings anywhere else. So this one is the same way as the other one. As you can see, I started at the point there. I already graded this out. I cut this one all the way out, so I don't have to make points. And graded, end up back at my 14 at that knee. So this is so easy, y'all. I know y'all can do it. I know you can do it. Okay? So now you got your front and your back pieces. Okay? This is your front. And this is what I do to make sure, because these start looking the same. I just put a little bitty F right there. I know that's my front piece. Okay? So what you do is, now you're going to open it out. Open it out. I am working on my front piece first. Well, let's put that to the side first, okay? Because we got to get our neck facing front and back on. We got to get those measured. I mean, cut out. Y'all keep me on track. Cut out. Cut out. Okay, so that's one. And then here's the other. Y'all have any questions, make sure you're leaving those in the comment section below. I would love your questions. What I don't know, I can find out. I don't claim to know everything, but I know a little bit. I know a little bit. Okay? So, now what we're going to do is we're going to cut these pieces out. They don't require any interfacing. So, you just cut those out. Sure you're making your markings on these when you cut them out, okay? One. Sure you're cutting it out neat. Now I got that rough edge on there. It doesn't matter because that's gonna be hidden in my seam. So actually I don't need it, so I can't cut it off. I'm gonna cut it off. I don't suggest you use that. I use it because it's gonna be hid under the seam, but cut that off. Let me teach you the right way. Cut that off. Okay? My seam is still right. So make sure you cut that off. Okay? Alright. So, put that to the side. Let's clean this area up. Okay? Now, we can grab our front piece. Like we had in the beginning. Find your top. Find your top piece, okay? So that's my front. And that's my back. So my front piece, my front neck edge, what I'm gonna do, fold that over. You see your notches there? Should have 2 notches. And what you're going to do is pin those to the front of your caftan. Fold it. Fold those, pin them to the front of your caftan. Find your notches first. Then you're going to go over to the edges. Okay? And pin those edges first. Remember, I always like you to pin your edges first. I mean second after you have done your notches. Pin those edges. Okay? Find this side. Fold it in half. We're working on the right side of this fabric. We're working on the right side, okay? Put as many pins in there as you need to, okay? Now what you do is you take this over to the sewing machine and you're gonna sew a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance straight across there. You're going to do the same thing for the back, okay? The same thing, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So now that you have sewn both of your neck facings, front and back on, now what you're going to do is join the two together, right sides to right sides. And you're going to take that sleeve. This is your extended sleeve on one side. You're going all the way down. Find your notches first. And then you're going to pin all the way down on those notches. We're not doing any buttons because we're doing those. I'm putting this right over my head, okay? So, just pin that all the way down. Now, what you're going to do, take it to your sewing machine, and you're going to sew 5/8 of an inch seam allowance straight down each sleeve, okay? Each sleeve. Then we'll be right back. I'll tell you what's next. Okay, now that you have sewn both of your arm sleeves down, you've sewn both of those down. Now you're going to come back to the top. And what I need you to do is to trim. I need you to get your scissors and just trim that little piece off the ends there, and then come all the way around your neck facing and trim all that extra bulk off of there on the inside. And what this is going to do is going to relieve the tension off of your fabric, so this will fold over really good. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take it, and I want you to fold over that neck edge to that seam in there. Look on the end, look on the other side of it. You shouldn't be able to see that. You're going to fold that over. Okay? And pin it down. Fold it all the way over, going all the way across each side. And if you want to give it a press so it can guide you better when you sew, I don't know if you can see that, but see how clean that edge is going to look. So you don't want it where some of this inside of there is flipped. You want to make sure that you got a clean edge when you finish sewing. So you're going to sew about 1/8 of an inch all the way across, all the way around this neck edge. And then while you're over there, get the iron and press down your hems. If you want to serge them down, you can. I am not going to serge them down. This fabric here is not going to shred. So I'm just going to press it down real good, and then we're going to show you how to get this boy shaped. Okay, so you've sewn down your arm edges and your collar. As you can see, I've added my label. And what I did was I ended up sewing another stitch across. So I got a double stitch across my collar. Okay, I just did a double stitch. Then I put my label in there. Okay, so now you lay your fabric straight out. And as you can see, I have my shape curves already in there, and how far I got my X's where I'm going to stop. So to keep these together, what you're going to do, you're just going to pin them. Okay, pin on. This is the outside of the fabric. This is not the inside. This is the outside of the fabric. So you do that on both sides. Pin on both sides. Start here. Make sure when you're starting at your top, your stitches, you're going to back stitch, and that is going to lock your stitch in. Okay, then you come all the way around, come all the way down to your X, back stitch again. Okay, that's going to lock your stitches in. That's the reason why I said it is very important to get the right color thread, because you don't want a different color thread showing on here. This is the outside of your fabric. So once you do that, we're going to come back and I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, so that we've sewn them on, as you can see, sewn it on, back tacked at each point, and now your dress is basically put together. Your dress, you see that? It's got a hip line in there now. And so now your edges here, and I'm trying to decide if I want to put any horsehair in there. For you who don't know what horsehair is, let me show you a piece of horsehair. This is a 4-inch strip of horsehair. This is horsehair. I know it don't sound like nothing like what it looked like, but this is horsehair. Basically what it is it's a plastic stiffener, and you'll see it in a lot of prom dresses. So if I wish to put this in here, what I would do, I would start at the hem. Start at the bottom hem down here. And not at the complete edge, but right there, because I'm going to have to fold that up. And this is the right side of the fabric. You want to sew this first down all the way around on the right side. So once you sew this on the right side, what happens is now you have an edge, a seam edge. You have a nice edge. Let me kind of show you. So this would be sewn on the right side of the fabric all the way around. And then, so when you get done sewing it, look at that. When you flip that around, you got a nice edge now. Then what you would do is you would give it a stitch all the way down across here. And then here, all the way on the end there. All the way down, all the way around, if you want to add it. I'm not sure if I'm going to add it yet, but if I don't add it, the only thing that this dress needs now is to be hemmed. And you can take it and do the double fold over method and hem it all the way around, and you're done. All the way around, both arms and on the bottom. And then you're done. Told you, this was a very simple dress. And if you want to see the complete finished look, stay tuned.